It's 1928. A messy Scottish scientist named Alexander Fleming notices something odd on a Petri dish, a blob of mold killing the bacteria around it. Most people would have just thrown it out, but Fleming paid attention, and that mold, penicillium notatum, would lead to antibiotics that saved hundreds of millions of lives. But what if Fleming ignored it? What if the world never discovered penicillin? Welcome to Imagine This, where we explore the accidents, near misses, and what ifs that reshaped human history. Today's question: what if Fleming ignored that mold? Penicillin was the first true antibiotic. Before it, even a small cut could kill you. Surgery was a coin flip. Childbirth carried terrifying risk. Pneumonia, tuberculosis, scarlet fever, all of them could take lives at any age. Without penicillin, the golden age of antibiotics never begins, which means routine infections remain deadly well into the 20th century. Think about your daily life. That scraped knee your kid got at the playground? Without penicillin, that's not just a Band-Aid moment. It could turn into a death sentence. That sore throat you ignore? Strep could kill you. Your cat scratches you? Congratulations, you've got a 50-50 chance of making it through. Parents would lose children to routine illnesses. Families would live with constant fear of infection. Hospitals would be less about curing people and more about watching them and hoping they survived. Everyday conveniences we take for granted would look totally different. Wisdom teeth removal? Nope, way too risky. Routine surgeries like appendectomies? That's not a day in the hospital. That's a gamble with your life savings. And your life. Even childbirth, something humanity had been improving for centuries, would remain one of the leading causes of death for mothers and infants. And food? Whole different story. Without antibiotics, raising livestock at modern scale would be nearly impossible. That means meat is scarcer, more expensive, and riskier to eat. Your fast food burger? That might be a once-a-year luxury, and you'd eat it with the same nervous energy as someone skydiving without a parachute. During World War II, penicillin saved tens of thousands of soldiers. Without it, infection would have been one of the war's deadliest enemies. The same goes for the Korean and Vietnam Wars. Battlefields without antibiotics would mean higher death tolls, not from combat, but from wounds never healed. And remember, it wasn't just soldiers. Civilians caught in bombings, famines, and disasters would have faced the same deadly odds. Here's the haunting part. Before penicillin, life looked normal. Children crowded into schools, workers packed onto streetcars, families shopped shoulder to shoulder in busy markets. But beneath that normalcy was an unspoken expectation. Someone in your family might not make it to adulthood. Life expectancy in the early 1900s was barely 47 years. By the 1930s, it crept up to the high 50s. But infectious diseases were still the #1 killer. Pneumonia, scarlet fever, tuberculosis, even a simple cut or childbirth could end a life. Were people terrified of each other? Not usually. Aside from outbreaks like the 1918 flu, fear of crowds wasn't constant. Instead, people carried a kind of grim resignation. Infection was part of life. Parents often expected to lose a child. A scratch from farm work, a winter cold, or a routine dental visit could spiral into tragedy. Without Fleming's mold, that reality wouldn't have changed. Schools, trains, and dinners with family would still be there, but always with the shadow of early death. Fleming didn't set out to change the world. He just paid attention. That mold wasn't just a lucky accident. It was the hinge of history. Without it, medicine would have limped forward. Wars would have been bloodier, families smaller, life itself shorter. The 20th century and our lives today would look unrecognizable. The discovery of penicillin didn't just save millions of lives, it made modern life possible. What other tiny accidents do you think shaped history? Drop it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one.